take the pain, how much I can endure the pain until if it's so bad, like when I cannot do anything anymore, I will now take the medication. I remember one language, okay? My love language is giving me money to buy bread, touching me with bread, buying me bread, giving me acts of service that you can give me is bread. Using bread in my words of affirmation, okay? Putting bread in my words of affirmation, like affirm me with bread, okay? Give me. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Gifts Like a Present. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Giftogu. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber who recently moved from the United Kingdom to Alberta, Canada as a permanent resident. And I share videos about career, lifestyle, getting the remote jobs, and more. So if these are the kind of content that you'd like to watch, you're in the right place. Stick around, okay? We try to have fun here, okay? I share a lot of tips and gems that will be useful to you if you want to level up in your career. And I have news today. I wanted to add this video to my vlog, but I'm like, it deserves its own sit down video because, like, I'm going through a breakup, like a very terrible breakup, and I usually do not come on here to share my personal life, but I'm going to talk about it today. So I'm going to tell you guys a bit of my life story before we go straight to the point, or we get straight to the point. I'm going to tell you guys a bit of my life story, okay? So like you already know, my name is Giftogu. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. And while I was a child growing up in Lagos, there's something that I had like a very good relationship with, which is bread. Like I ate bread every morning while I was a child. I ate bread every morning. When I got into from nursery school to primary school, I ate bread. It was my breakfast, bread and tea, which is called hot chocolate in this part of the world anyway. Bread and tea, I had it every morning from my nursery school to my primary school. So I went to a boarding school, and they had like a full timetable. I could not take bread and tea every day, which was not bad. Which was not a bad thing. Because I had to follow the school timetable. However, whenever I went home, whenever I go home, I always have my bread and tea. Now, when I went to uni, I went to the University of Nigeria, and I spent a couple of years in school. I had bread almost every morning. Like bread and tea is my thing. It's my thing. Now as an adult, even when I finished from UNN, went for my youth service, it's still what I have every morning, even till today. Everyone knows that when it has to do with bread, that's my favorite food. That's my love language, okay? My love language is giving me money to buy bread, touching me with bread, buying me bread, giving me acts of service that you can give me is bread. Using bread in my words of affirmation, okay? Putting bread in my words of affirmation, like affirm me with bread, okay? Give me bread, love me with bread. So you can imagine when I got news not long ago that I can no longer have bread because like my blood sugar is high. What were you expecting? Break up with another thing? Of course not. So my blood sugar is high, and I talked about last month, right? I was in my living room. Usually, like when we have dinner, after eating, I like to just stay in the living room and press my phone for a while, just rest so my food can digest before I go into the bedroom. So that day, the day that this thing happened, everything that is leading us to breaking up with bread, with the love of the food love of my life, everything that is leading us to breaking up with bread, starting from that day. So at that evening, I was in my living room, and just lying in the parlor, in the living room parlor, right? And I wanted to stand up, and I could not get up when I was done pressing my phone. I tried to get up, and I fell on the floor. I've made a vlog about that. I fell on the floor, and it was really scary, honestly. My husband had to come because he was in the bedroom. I was shouting, and then he had to come and try to carry me up. We just could not get up, so I was on the floor, and then he just laid on the floor there with me, and we stayed there. We prayed. It was like, oh, should I call the ambulance? I was like, no, because if you know me well, I have to be at the point of death before I take medication or go to the hospital. I'm that kind of person that I do not like medication. Like, I don't want to hear it. If I'm having headache, I will wait. I will try my best to see how much I can take this headache. I'll try to see how much I can take this headache. I'll try to see how much I can take the pain, how much I can endure the pain until if it's so bad, like when I cannot do anything anymore, I will now take the medication. I remember one time I went to Imo State for something, and then I had period cramps. I tried to endure. It was so bad. My cramps are so bad. It was so freaking bad. I passed out. The first time I passed out was because of period cramps. So you can imagine how, you can imagine the kind of person that I am. So he was like, oh, should I call the ambulance? I'm like, no, I'll be able to do this. So I was able to stand up that night after a couple of hours, and the next day I still had pain at the left side of my back. I was in pain. So I put it on my WhatsApp story, and thankfully, people were like, go to the hospital. I also called my mom and my sister. They were like, oh, you need to go to the hospital. Normal me, and if it's me and my husband, I'll say, oh, I'm not going to the hospital, babe, like, leave me, stop disturbing me, I'm not going to the hospital. But then there were a lot of people involved telling me to go to the hospital, even when the pain stopped, to see what the problem might be. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the hospital. So we went to the hospital that week. Doctor said he did not know what the problem was. He has never heard of this kind of situation before. So he sent me to the lab. I went to the lab, and then the results are out, and they asked me to come back to the hospital. So I came back to get the news that I have anemia, like iron deficiency, basically. I have iron deficiency. I don't know if it's anemia, because I know last year I had anemia. I was diagnosed with anemia from the UK, and I tried my best to get my iron levels up. So now he's saying that it's iron deficiency, but it has not gotten to the stage of anemia yet. And aside from that, my blood sugar is also really high, higher than normal, And I have to give up a couple of things. I have to give up juice. I have to give up bread. Hey, God. Giving up bread. Hey, God. I also have to be exercising. Like, what's happening? I'm not 30 yet. What is all this problem? Like, what are all these problems left and right? Like, what is all this? Please. I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl. I woke up this morning and there was bread in the house. I could not bring myself to eat it. But then for the juice, I was like, we have juice remaining. Let me just drink all the juice, and I will start this diet when the juice are finished. You guys, I don't take sugar, okay? I don't put sugar in my tea or anything. Except maybe when my husband makes custard, because he's the one that makes all the custard. I don't know how to make custard. So he's the one that makes custard. When he makes it, he usually puts sugar in it. But I don't put sugar in my tea. Just a little bit of Ovaltine, a little bit of milk, my bread, and my butter. And why? What is all this? What's this one? I'm the kind of person that if I wake up in the morning, like, I like to eat bread. If I'm coming back from work and I not eat bread in the morning, if I'm coming back from work and I know that there's bread at home, there's a joy that I get from it. There is a joy that I get from it. A joy that I get from it. So please, what is going on? Eh? Is there no way that somebody can just, like, eat bread? Just maybe reduce the bread intake to like 2 times in a week, so that, like, I will be excited until I eat that bread, instead of just cutting it off completely. People should, talk to me in the comment section. Now let's get serious. The fact that you are young, in quotes, young, 28, I'm 28, 28 years and 2 months, 28 years and 2 months tomorrow, anyway, or I guess 28 years and 2 months, basically. I don't know why I'm counting the months, okay? The fact that you think you are young does not mean that you should not take care of your health. Imagine me at 28, me blood as how? Like, if in my wildest dream, if you told me anything about this, I will honestly not answer you, because I'm like, oh, I'm young, all these challenges like high blood pressure, low blood sugar, high blood sugar. It's for the elderly, not for me. But I'm telling you that young people are actually having some of these challenges right now. I'm telling you, young people are having some of these challenges right now. It is no longer enough that, oh my God, I'm young, I'll just continue eating anyhow I want to eat until when I get older, I'll suffer from it. Most of these diseases that people are dealing with, diabetes, high blood pressure and all of that. There are most times they're actually lifestyle choices that we made when we were much younger. Taking a lot of sugar. I won't say I take a lot of sugar, but I eat a lot of bread and I drink a lot of hot chocolate, like a lot, more than I'm supposed to have anyway. So I know that my lifestyle choices are not good. Also, since I moved to Canada, I've said I will work out. I've only worked out like twice or once basically. Meanwhile, previously in the UK, in Nigeria, I was always on top of my health. I do not take a lot of sugar. I usually make my own smoothies, and here I do make my own smoothies, but most times we like to drink a lot of juice anyway. So I noticed that my lifestyle choices have been like, not so good because of the way that I've been, even though I've been eating bread before, but in the UK I go for walks. I have my watch. I don't even know where my watch charger is at this point. Whether I left it in the UK or something, I don't know where it is. I will try to look for it because I think we brought it here, but I've not really worked out. I usually track my steps. I usually do 10,000 steps. When I was in Nigeria, I would walk from my house to Yaba phase 1 or phase 2 and walk back to my house. I usually get my steps in. I would walk out, I would skip. Meanwhile, here I've not really been able to do any of those stuff. I've not been able to exercise. Even the walks that I do not take a lot of walks. I always use the elevator instead of taking the stairs sometimes. So I know that I've not really been giving my health the energy that I'm supposed to give it. And meanwhile, I noticed I've been getting fatter and fatter. My stomach has been getting bigger and bigger, which I mean, like, it's just showing the kind of lifestyle choices that I'm making. I'm not saying that if you're getting bigger and your stomach is getting bigger, you're making bad lifestyle choices. But for myself, I know how I used to be when I used to really take charge of my health, when I used to like reduce my sugar intake. And even though I was drinking tea all the time, I was still like burning a lot of carbs because I would do my 10,000 steps, or I would run, or I would skip, or I would dance. I usually do that. But since I came here, I was also like, diagnosed with anxiety. So I have to like see a psychologist. So it's a lot that is happening though. But why I made this video is to just tell you guys to be very conscious of your health. Don't say, oh my God, I'm so young, I'm not supposed to take this seriously. We'll deal with that later. When it has to do with smoking, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Okay? I know you say, oh, your grandfather lived so long, and your grandfather was smoking. Right? Your grandfather was smoking and lived so long, so it's not a bad thing. But I do have like someone in my life very special to me that passed away because of smoking. If you know me very well, you know who that person is. So the person would have still been alive if the person was not smoking from a young age. So please make better lifestyle choices. Also, when it has to do with drinking alcohol, if you can, as much as you can, cut that down or even stop completely. I know that it's not easy to just stop drinking alcohol. Like, it's not the easiest thing. However, if you're not able to stop abruptly, maybe stop once in a while, like just stop little by little. Eat healthier. Cut down your carbs. Cut down your bread. Don't be this one is hard for me to say, but if you're like me that love bread so much, you eat bread every blessed day. The least I've eaten bread in a week is 5 times. 5 times. That's the least that I'm eating bread. Sometimes my husband is coming back from work and there's no bread at home because he knows that I don't have bread. He will go and buy me bread. Like, that's how it is. Like, he will call me, babe, I bought you bread. Like, these things make me happy. Bread makes me happy. It's a relationship that we've built for the longest time. It's one of my longest relationships. And this breakup, I know that this caption is dramatic, but this breakup is going to be very hard for me because there's bread in the cupboard and I'm just like, I'm making better lifestyle choices. I've not started working out yet. I'll need to get workout shoes because I left my workout shoes in the UK, and the shoes I have here are not for working out. Okay, they don't know I cannot be wearing my light stickers to be working out. I'm sorry, I'm vain. I'm sorry. But I'm going to get some workout shoes. I also have, I'll send back to the lab to go and do a test for celiac disease to know why my body is unable to know if my body is actually unable to absorb iron because of that disease. And to know if my body is unable to absorb iron because of that disease. So we'll go to the lab and check, and then they'll give me a diet for my iron or medication to get my iron level up. But the iron is not even my problem because that can be solved. It's just like, the sugar stuff. I don't even know where to start from. Like, when you've had something all your life, like bread has been through everything. I had one, like, it's so bad. On my birthday, my friends will come to my house they'll buy me gifts, but they'll still bring me bread. Like, if you come to my house, you come without bread. Like, I don't get it. It's like, why don't you like me? You know, so most people know me very well. They know that I love to eat bread, and this is not the easiest thing for me, but I'm just trying to have healthier habits. Honestly, one day I'll talk about my journey in Canada. It's not been the easiest. Honestly, it's not been the easiest. I know that I usually show up on social media and act so strong, like, oh my god, I got my life together, everything is just working well for me. But here I've actually developed a lot of anxiety. I used to have anxiety, but not as bad as it has been here. Okay, so and settling in has not been the easiest, but we're actually like making it work and doing our best to settle in. However, I just made this video to tell you guys that the fact that you're young does not mean that you should, be making bad lifestyle choices. And when you notice anything in your body, anything at all, please go to the hospital. Don't pray it away. I don't have any problem with prayer. I pray too. But when you notice anything not working in your body, do not pray it away. I mean, you can pray, but go to the hospital and go and see a specialist. It's why God gave human beings, the brain to know what to do most times. So something is not right in your body, pray about it, but also go and see a specialist. Even if the pain is gone, there's a sharp pain in your neck. You don't know what might have triggered that pain. And I know that I'm not someone that encourages people to share a lot, especially when it has to do with your personal life, your relationship. Keep that private. Don't put your partner on social media. Don't put your children on social media. Like, I say things like that, and I do most of those things. However, sometimes when you're going through stuff like this, also talk to people. You can put it on your WhatsApp story, because honestly, if I did not put this thing on my WhatsApp story and people have not started telling me, oh, go to the hospital, this happened to me too, this happened to me too, I would have not taken it seriously. I would be like, oh my god, the pain is gone. It was gone after 2 days. I would just stay, and I will not know that I'm having this unhealthy habit, and it's continue like going up, and who knows what might have happened. God forbid, though. But who knows what might have happened. So I'm just saying this to encourage everybody to take your health seriously. Health is wealth. Do everything that you can, everything that is humanly possible in your power to ensure that you're actually taking care of yourself and your health. Eat healthy. Try to go outside. Even if you're working from home, try to exercise at home. You can buy a skipping rope. You can follow online workouts. I'm not saying go to the gym if you don't want to go to the gym. You can dance. There's about calories or ball stop while dancing. You can actually dance, put your Afrobeat and dance your heart out. You can do whatever it is. You can even walk, be talking to your friends for hours, listening to music, and just take like walks. Do 10,000 steps. Just like take your health seriously. Take it seriously. I know that this video is, I don't know, it's not looking like I'm serious, but I actually am very serious about it. So do everything humanly possible to ensure that you take care of your health. Take it very seriously. Drink a lot of water. If you're a lady, please focus on getting your iron levels up. We lose a lot of blood, and most of us are actually prone to iron deficiency. So eat food that contains loads of iron. I will not say take iron supplements, especially when they're not recommended by your doctor. So until they're recommended by your doctor or pharmacist, don't go and be taking medication that nobody told you to take. Where is your degree in pharmacy? Who gave you that degree? You don't have a degree in pharmacy. So why are you actually recommending medication for yourself? So just take your life seriously, okay? This is just me telling you that you're young. Take your life seriously. Make sure you eat healthy, have healthy habits. If you're working from home, you're definitely living a sedentary lifestyle. When I used to work remotely, like in Nigeria, I used to go on walks in the evening. I used to skip and all of that. I know I was in my healthy bag, okay? But I know that now I've been making bad lifestyle choices. I hardly go out because I'm always at home, mostly always at home. And when I have to go out to work, I go to the library, except maybe there's an event that I have to attend or something. But I'm at home. I mostly do my work from home. So in conclusion, take your health seriously, take your life seriously. This life now one we get. So the one that we have, let's take it very seriously. Remember to pray, drink water. There was one time I was suffering from dehydration. There was one time the problem for me was dehydration. Drink water, take care of yourself, until I come your way again in my next video. Take care. I know I said the next video will be a remote job video, and it's going to be, honestly, it's going to be. I'm going to find time to film it. I've not had time. I don't know when this video is going to go up, probably on Tuesday. I think I'll just edit it and schedule it to go up on Tuesday. But if you have more healthy tips for me, please leave it in the comment section. And yeah, take care of yourself. Bye. Sorry for the drama in the title. Bye.